I was lifting the biggest numbers I've ever lifted and was feeling great. In late January, I had the flu for about a week, couldn't train at all. Since then in the gym, I've seemed to lost my strength and took 10 steps back. Struggling to lift weight that I was doing in my first and second set, just baffled to what's happened and pretty downhearted. What's your advice?
Mate, one, listen, that's a warning sign straight away. I reckon you're either overtrained or your immune system's still suppressed. Because, mate, if you took a week off training, we know for a fact through literature, you're not going to lose anything. You shouldn't lose anything. Now he's been sick, right? By you not lifting those loads that you're used to lifting, that says to me one or two things. One, your immune system's still fucked. It's cooked. You need a rest, brother. The second thing is, you haven't taken 10 steps back at all. What you need to do right now is just you need a rest, man. I promise you, if you rested and you took enough fluids, vitamins and minerals, I believe that you'd probably get better what you've told me. I'm not a doctor, so my suggestion is probably go to see a doctor, get your bloods taken and get to see what's going on. That's my opinion. I'm sure Alex is nodding because he knows this stuff. I'm a big believer in that. Get your blood work taken just to see what you might be. My mother's, I'm sure she won't mind me saying this, my mother's low in iron because she was feeling really lethargic. And she went and got her bloods done and found out she was low in iron. Most women are, a lot of women are low in iron. So she takes iron tablets and she feels great now. So actually, I know you know what I know when my mother feels great, Alex? When she's giving me shit. That's when I know she feels great. Well, Christian! It's my, that's a very good impersonation. Is it? Yeah. Spot on. Thank you. Christian! Christian! Yeah, so I'd get your bloods done, man. I can't give you more than that. But here's the thing. A really good way to test, and we'll talk about this in the course in New Zealand, Alex, to test readiness before a session, overtraining is a few ways. In my opinion, the best way is listen to your body. How do you feel? And then auto-regulate the session based on how you feel. Now, a lot of people use that and they go lighter or they'll just do a session that's an easy-based session. You can't lie to yourself. If you're feeling good, no reason why you can't ramp it up a little bit. If you're not feeling great, maybe do a mobility session, maybe do a recovery session, maybe just do a low-intensity aerobic session for regeneration. Better ways you can quantify it is heart rate. So using something called heart rate variability, which Alex talked about in New Zealand. You can do stuff like, what else do we talk about?
Grip strength,
what? But you have to get a base grip strength. You've got to get a baseline measure. I'd probably measure it over a month. Probably a month. My suggestion would be just to get data over a month. You maximally squeeze it, so that's a real good indication where neurologically where you're at. Neuromuscular test. In terms of a jump test, so what I do is I would get like the Smart Speed jump mat that we've got, and we do jumps. And then what I'll do is I'll get that over a month and then see where their readiness is after they've done the SMR mobility activation. So you got to warm up properly, and then you get their maximal height for jumps, and then you might even do a repeat effort jump test. That could be a good indicator of a bit of overtraining, a bit of fatigue, see readiness. In my opinion, I'll talk about this in the course, the best way you can know is listen to yourself or know your athlete inside and out in terms of look at their body language. What is their body language saying to you? If their body language is saying something like, I talked about this in New Zealand. What a lot of people don't understand is, and this is the difference between a really experienced coach and a coach who's just starting off and they're doing their uni 3-year degree and they think they know everything. And trust me, the reason why I say this is because I used to be like that. That little shit at uni who thought they knew it all, and then you came out, you go, I know fuck all. Now you get to my age, you're like, fuck, I still know fuck all. But we're all learning off each other, which is fantastic. I just take that view on point on everything. And for me, it was like, now that I coach full time, and for me, the most important thing when you coach is A, communication, B, relationship building, and getting to know your athlete. So I'll give you an example. The minute you start coaching, which is an art, you start to understand that the art of coaching is something you can't learn in a textbook. So I'll give you an example. It's like an athlete walks into you. Now you might have an athlete, there's so many stresses. Training is a stress, I understand that, but it's not the only stress. Other stresses include home life, family, work, relationships, study, this is all accumulated, right? So let's say your athlete comes in, they've just broken up with their spouse, significant other. They've had a family death. As a coach, the human element, you need to say, fuck, this athlete is stressed. Maybe instead of doing that max effort session day, maybe you might send them home. Or if they still want to train, you might do a low intensity, you might do a mobility session, a recovery regeneration session. You might drop the weights and do a speed session. Instead of something that's too taxing, that's going to give them too much focus, that's too much load on the neuromuscular, musculoskeletal systems. All right, it's because they're not going to be switched on. This is what you are being a coach. You need to communicate with them. You've got to understand them. Or one day, they might not talk to you. They walk in with their bag. They're slumped over. They're posh as shit. They sit over in the corner. They're upset. That's what you got to ask them. How are you feeling today? Get to know them. What's going on? You know, what's the matter? And they might open up to you. And that's happened to me a million times. I remember Alex, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying this, Amy Miranda, who's been one of my athletes for 2.5 years, played VFL for Collingwood. There was a time where, Alex, you can admit this. What happened was, Amy comes in. Now, I know when she's off because I know her so well. This is just me being a coach, understanding people. My ability to understand people kind of made me, gave me success in this field because I'm just very good at reading people and not reading people in business. I'm horrendous in business. But when it comes to what I do, because I love it, I've just honed my craft. Amy's someone who I understand back to front, and she came in, wasn't talking, wasn't, you know, very somber mood. And what did I do, Alex? I looked at her and I said, I worked it out in probably about 3.5 minutes what was going on. So I said, can we go outside and talk? And Alex, why don't you tell people what you said to me?
What I said to you?
Yeah, you said, how did you know that?
Yeah, it's like, what did you look at her to see that?
I just look at her body language. Body language is everything. And I'm like, what's going on here? And I knew within 3 minutes. I said, I took her away from the gym. And then what happened? She started crying straight away. And I hugged her.
And I think, I just want to say, just for the viewers, I think it was really smart what you did. You took her outside of the gym where she had a bit of privacy so she could open up to you.
Yeah.
I just love that.
I bet you, yeah. Well, I have to do that. Sometimes, you know, the human element to this is so misunderstood that you might be the smartest person in the world, like getting HDs and all this shit, but if you can't relate to people, you're fucked. You can't do this job. Even Joe DeFranco talks about it. Joe DeFranco goes, I keep bringing up Joe, but I'm pretty excited to go on the show. But Joe DeFranco goes, you know, there might be guys smarter than me, but just his ability to coach, communicate, build relationships with people, and apply his knowledge is just second to none. His passion is second to none. And that's what has risen him to be the best in the world at what he does. He's got a world-renowned centre for what he does, and I'm going to go over there to his India. Still can't believe it. It hasn't hit me yet. It will hit me soon, I guess. It will hit me soon. But that side of me, that side of the coaching side, the only way you can develop it, Alex, through coaching. Jamie Smith, shout out to Jamie Smith, he quotes me a lot with this stuff. It's called coaching reps. The only way you can get better at something is by doing it. You need to expose yourself to coaching reps. The more the better. Get your hands on, get your hands dirty and go do it. Stop saying that you're too good for something. I brought this up last week. Just go do it. That's how you get experience. So I brought Miranda outside. She opened up, cried. I hugged her. Love that girl. I said, hey, baby girl. I said to her, I'm fucking with you, man. Let's do this. I said to her, I'm with you. And that's another thing about my guys, why they love me and hate me at the same time. You can ask Campbell, he probably hates me now. But I do things, so if I do something to one of my athletes, I'm doing it to get a response out of them. And a good response and a bad response sometimes you have to do it. But I do it to drag something out of them. I need to make them believe in something to get them to that level. Either it's rehab or injury reduction or performance. That's what I need to do. And sometimes they just need a hug. Sometimes you got to hug them. And I hugged her and I said, I'm with you. If you want to train, let's train. You want to get coffee, let's get coffee. You want to talk, let's talk. So she vented. She vented for 25 minutes, half an hour. We went back inside, had a little bit of a session, half an hour, just a little crab question. Gave her another hug, said, I'm here for you. If you need anything, message me, call me.